Hey guys, how's it going, TheElectronMan? Well, I got another Xiegu video. This is on that GSOC, and I think I'll kind of start you out with showing you how it's performing now. I did go ahead and roll back the firmware on my G90 and the head, and I will say the GSOC works great now. I'm still a little on the fence about having to downgrade the firmware, but anyway, I think I'll start this out kind of showing you what I'm seeing as far as filtering and what you can do with the GSOC, and then we'll come back and visit a little bit more on it. Anyway, let's just play with the filters a little bit, listening to some QSOs, and then we'll come.
8 Golf Kilo Oscar. Kilo Echo 8 Germany, Kilowatt, Ontario. Golf Kilo Oscar. QSO.
What are you? That's yours. Okay,
Whiskey 0 Kilo Echo Germany. A good afternoon once again, Kevin. So I'm sitting in a busy parking lot, and I'm glad I'm sounding good for you. You're about a 22 North Carolina.
WB4 up on the remote.
Roger, Les. So what's been up to today on a big Sunday there over on?
Something out of cement. And they tied it to the space there. You could see right into the water. So I was almost seeing up there that you could look right over where that is. So I've got to find someone to help me or hire a drunk or something. I'm going to, what to do, and I'm just going to put it back with the sheet.
Full calibration. I was carrying coax up. Things are cut loose on me. And on that ring rotor down there, I have a Waller flag, which is on a 40-foot boom, 2 big loops for the low band. And it works fantastic. I've also got a high Z8.
Tell me, guys, what did y'all think of that? I think those filters are amazing, and I'm still playing with them, and I think I could still refine them some more, but so far I'm really impressed with the filters. And I have to say, I'll go back on here and we'll just kind of go over a little bit more of it, but kind of getting spoiled to the 7-inch screen. I love the G90, and now that it functions completely, I'm kind of having a different opinion about the GSOC. I wished, obviously, my big beefs that I wish the 1.81, I wish they'd update the GSOC so it runs on 1.81, but running on 178B, man, this thing's rock solid. I have not had a problem with it. Been actually doing it for a couple of days with it, and really enjoying it. Like I said, you get so spoiled of that big touch screen, you know, in the Spectrum. I could just click it. I see activity and go straight to it. I mean, there's just a lot of, you know, that probably the one thing I didn't like about the G90 is the little bitty screen. Although it's very clear, it's small, and I'm old, so I kind of enjoying the big screen. And it's a pricey little addition, but boy, it kind of makes it feel like more like a, you know, like an ICOM 7300, but even maybe a little bit bigger of a screen. So I think upgrade wise, it's a pretty solid upgrade. Anyway, let's go back. I'll just kind of go through a few of the more settings. I think there's already enough videos on that pretty much covers all that. I think more what I wanted to cover was the fact that, let me turn this down. I don't know why I'm sitting here letting that background go, but I think Okay, guys, I mean, obviously, we've already kind of presented the screens. You know it all. I mean, it's quick access to everything. It kind of, like I said, all this stuff's pretty much covered, but obviously the S meters work. All the filters work now. You have 2 buttons down here. You can do your span, your level. You can even change your colors on your spectrum. And you go over to radio, and then obviously you have all the different controls, the transmit and receive EQ, DSP. That's all your noise blank and noise reduction filters. The system stuff is like your, for mic gain, your line in, line out, your IF input, audio, backlight, etc. Like I said, I think there's plenty of videos covering all that. But anyway, one cool thing is, I don't know if you noticed, but these little feet I got right here, see these little feet here? Man, this makes this such a nice desktop bass unit now. I did not like the little bracket they had on the back. It leaned it too far back. This puts it at that perfect angle to where this is a nice presentation here. And I as you guys know, I have a 3D printer, and I just found these legs or feet out on a Thingiverse and just printed these off. And wow, did it make a difference? I mean, it holds it nice and steady. It's a nice heavy unit anyway, and I'm just loving it. I mean, I could definitely see put your G90 over by your antenna coax and stuff. Run your cables over and just have this sitting right in front of your desk, and this is like a command center now. And I mean, it's a 7-inch screen, and there's not many radios, even like the $1,600 7300 GX or DX2, whatever they call that latest one. And I think it only has like a 5.5. It's not as big as this screen. So I'm not hating on the 7300. Obviously, we're talking apples to oranges, but this is a nice, if you think about it, you get the G90 in this and you have $800 in it. You have a heck of a nice desktop rig for your home to work HF. So anyway, that's kind of my opinion on it now. It's changed. I think it's a good investment as long as you're willing to roll back your software. I'm not going to hold my breath that Xiegu going to come up anytime soon and get the GSOC to run on the 1.81, but since it runs so flawlessly, I haven't had it hang up. I haven't had a single problem with it. Like I said, I've been running it for a couple days. I made a bunch of parks on the air contacts from my home base and as a hunter, and not a problem one. It runs without issue. Tuner works, everything works on it. Anyway, I probably rambled on enough. I just wanted to kind of throw a little part 2 video together here and say, hey, if you're willing to roll it back, it's a nice addition if you want to use it as a base unit in your house. I think it's well worth the investment. The big things I find about it that I'm really kind of enjoying is obviously the nice presentation, the big screen. Like I said, beautiful spectrum. The touch screen makes it nice, easy to navigate. I haven't found a single thing there that doesn't function correctly once I went from 181 to 178B. I went to the latest version that they say the GSOC is valued with, and I'd have to look it up, but I'm running the latest firmware on the GSOC. But hey, I mean, if you're wanting to run it as a base unit, the G90, this is a solid definite. If you're getting it for POTA or mobile type, probably not so much, but if you want to turn this into your base rig, I have to say, it makes it a full-fledged, full-blown radio. Probably the only thing that it doesn't have that some of the bigger name brands have is it doesn't have a full 100 watts. But I have found that I do pretty dang good on 20 watts. In fact, it's amazed me. In fact, there's a QRP YouTube video, or some guys that run a QRP YouTube channel stream, and I got on it last night. You might go look it up, and I turned this thing all the way down to 1 watt and was still getting S2, S3 out of him, and I was amazed how good my audio sounded coming out of this little low GSOC and G90. So like I said, I'm just enjoying the heck out of it. I love my G90 anyway, and this just double the likes on it. So I give the GSOC a win, other than, as I said, probably the only downside is they need to get up to date on the firmware. I'd like to see it running on 181, but I have to say, I kind of like the 178 firmware better. I like the way the filters work better on it, even when the head's on it. So maybe it wasn't a bad upgrade either way. If you're interested, if you'd like, I'll go ahead and do a video on how to do the downgrade of the firmware. It was kind of a pucker point for me, but it really wasn't hard at all. And there is a few things in the instructions that aren't really accurate, but I managed to get through it without any problems. And obviously I didn't brick the radio because I'm here enjoying it now. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I will go ahead and do a video on how you do the firmware change to downgrade it to where to work with the GSOC. Anyway, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, take a second to subscribe, hit that bell so to remind you when my next good video is coming out. And as always, have a great day out there. This is TheElectronMan 73's to all of you.